Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. You guys, first, before I get into the purpose of this video, I just want to give such an amazing, huge, heartfelt thank you. Thank you all so much. After winning my first Bassmasters event, the amount of love and support and just the comments, I got through as many as I could. Oh my gosh, y'all, I appreciate you. Bassmaster actually called and told me that I have the best fans, the most amazing fans, the most loyal fans. So thank y'all so much. You guys literally give me the inspiration and the encouragement, even when all odds I feel like are against me. Y'all keep showing up, and I just want to give you a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart. So secondly, have kind of a cool video today. I stopped at the Bass Pro Shops on the way up to New York to fish the Finger Lakes in Champlain for the next couple days, and picked up my new boat, my new bass boat. So I want to do a quick walkthrough with y'all. First of all, any guesses as to what I got? Okay, I don't want to keep y'all waiting, so let's go check out the boat. Also, big shout out to Toyota. I love driving my Tundra. This thing tows my boat like a dream. I love this mud bath color. This one is definitely by far, this is such a me truck, y'all. Absolutely love it. And it pays to drive Toyota. Remember, all the Toyota owners, they do a free tournament, Toyota bonus bucks. You get paid extra money for the top finishing Toyota truck owner, and that is a free deal. So it's so big for anglers to be part of a company that really invests in our sport. So pretty awesome, proud to help represent them. And don't forget, you guys, for all my Toyota owners out there, register for bonus bucks. All kind, I think there's over 600 sanctioned events, walleye, bass, doesn't matter what species, all kinds of tournaments, so y'all check that out. Okay, anyway, let's get into the boat. So I went with, for the 2025 year and my last two opens, the Ranger 208 again. I loved this boat so much that I wanted to run it one more year. It just, I feel like it really suits me. I got very comfortable with it, and I want to finish out this year, the last two opens in this boat. So let's go through, this is the new model. I want to go through a couple of things they updated and just give you a run through. I did change a lot of things with the electronics and kind of how I ran that. So let's start with the front. This is my favorite part about this trailer. Not all bass boat trailers have this, but this step right here makes it so easy to walk right up on the deck of your boat. So let's start up front. I went with the Ultrex again. I love this trolling motor, you guys. It was very easy to use. I love the foot pedal that came with it. And I feel like my biggest thing was the boat positioning, and kind of learning the trolling motor was kind of the biggest hiccup for me. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I felt like I kind of got this down, and I want to stick with it and keep learning on it. So here's for the electronics. I went with a 16-inch Garmin for my live scope up front. It is a little bit bigger than what I had last year. I was running a 12 and a 13 last year, and I went with larger size. You know, I don't necessarily always believe that bigger is better in terms of screen size, but I did want to just want to try it. A lot of people do kind of run that configuration. So I'm using the Garmin for my live scope. The Humminbird is going to be for my mapping, side scan, everything I need up front, and that is linked to my Humminbird on the console. Last year I ran a Lowrance and a Humminbird at the console, kept it just the two graphs. This year we did an Apex 13. That was totally my foot on that seat, by the way. Apex 13, and then Garmin 126 right here. So as far as the configuration on the deck, this is why I went with this boat again, and this is probably my favorite feature of this boat. This is the largest, most wide open deck out of any boat that I've ever been on. I get a ton of compliments on this when I have my friends come fish with me, people that see the boat. There's seriously, you guys, there is so much room up here. I feel like I can have a lot of space to move around, and that's big for me. All right, so walking back, the color's almost the same. It's very similar. It was almost metallic gray. It actually has kind of a black trim on it this year. Seats are a little bit different color, and they're actually a little bit larger and more comfortable than they were last year. This is what I noticed right away too. So last year the little tool compartment was here. I didn't like it being there because the tools never stayed. Now it's kind of recessed back underneath the console, and this is a magnetic strip. I really like that. You put your tools there and they stick. So nice little feature there from Ranger. Next, they updated the whole console. So the ride system used to be down here. Now it's kind of it's actually on the dash. They moved all the controls and the starter over here as opposed to being down here, which I don't mind that. Probably one of the biggest updates I made, and a lot of y'all told me to do this, I got a hot foot. That took a little bit of getting used to for me because I used the throttle last year, but everybody said, get a hot foot. You're gonna absolutely love the hot foot. I think y'all are right. It's definitely nice to be able to have both hands on the wheel while driving. The biggest thing for me though is driving in some rough, bumpy water. It is just kind of, it is a little bit different because I feel like my foot wants to come off the pedal and then smashes back down. So any advice for those of you that have a hot foot and drive really rough water to prevent my foot just kind of coming up and hitting the gas pretty hard, that would be helpful. That is one thing that I've noticed is a little bit more difficult as opposed to having the throttle, you know, control my movement. So yeah, any advice on that from y'all that run big water, holler at me. Went with another Apex 13. I already got my dirty fingerprints all over it. I need to clean that. And then the Garmin 126 here at the console. Side scan, mapping, and then just extra backup for mapping over here. These two are linked, front and back Humminbirds. The Garmin's are different units, so I can't network these unless I have a separate cable, I don't believe. But so any of my waypoints that I mark here, I will be able to get them up front. Last year I was not able to do that. Something wasn't clarified. I didn't get that kind of communicated, so I wanted to make sure I had that ability so I can sit at the console, mark my waypoints, do all that, and they'll show up up front as well. That's pretty important. Speaking of tool slots, they added one up here. Love that. So you can keep a bunch of your tools up front, which is really nice. I put my power pole controls here on this side of my graphs. I had them over here last time and ended up stepping on them way more than I thought I was going to. And then coming on back, got my YOLO Tech down there. That's gonna be my GoPro for my filming, which is awesome. It runs right here. If y'all don't have one of those YOLO Techs and you own a bass boat, you got to get yourself one. It's so nice to have that powered up all day. Huge advantage having that YOLO Tech and not having to worry about it. I can just run it on the back and it runs off the power and my batteries. So love that. Charge system back here. I added an extra battery to give my graphs some extra juice because last year I did find that, especially if I was running that Panoptix live scope all day, I'd only get maybe 8.5 hours, and it would start to kind of fade out and run low voltage on me. So pretty important to have those juiced up for long days on the water. So added an extra battery this year, and I think that should rectify that issue. Ran the power poles again on the back of the boat this year. As always, that Mercury Pro XS 250 had zero issues from that engine all year last year. So the power poles, you guys, I've really started to incorporate those in a lot of the ways that I fish. So kind of makes me wonder if I should get one for the kayak. I used to have one of the micro power poles, but honestly I had a lot of issues with it and I kind of stayed away from it. But now having the power poles on my boat, my goodness, I use them all the time. So it does kind of make me think, am I missing out? But yeah, y'all, that is, let's get a good side profile of the boat here. Looks pretty clean right now. When a lot of people see this, they really don't think that it's aluminum. So again, this thing rides super smooth. I've had an incredible journey learning the ropes as a boater in this boat, and I wanted to give it one more year. I may end up switching to fiberglass here eventually, but for right now, this really suits me. It's comfortable. I feel like it's a great transition and still is, and I enjoyed this boat so much that I'm gonna run it at least another year and maybe longer, who knows. But that is the rundown. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions, drop them below. I haven't got all of my gear situated in here yet, but when I get back home, that's gonna be my next step. Right now I'm packed pretty light because we just ran up and did a northern smallmouth trip for the last few days, but I'm gonna get back down south and take you guys along on a few fishing trips. So okay, y'all, so that's the rundown. That is the whole boat tour. Let me know if you guys want to see anything else. Also stay tuned. I know that I haven't done any kayak rigging videos this year. Those are coming. It was really difficult to get some of the parts I needed, but I will be down to dugout, I think the 1st of July, to get that done for y'all and show you some kayak rigs as well. Again, seriously cannot thank you guys enough for all of the support following my Bassmaster on 10 Killer win. That was so dang big, and it seriously is appreciated, y'all. If you have any questions or anything else, comments, concerns, y'all holler at me. Hope you enjoyed the tour. Those of you in a market for a boat, don't skip out on this Alpha 208. See if you can test one. I love mine. I've got a lot of compliments. It's super easy to drive, very, very comfortable, and I just love the layout and the whole design. So anyway, y'all, appreciate you. God bless, and we will catch you next time.